The movie starts off with this mysterious army going all out and wiping out this clan. The clan's got this secret copper map that everyone's after, cause it's got the deets on how to find some treasure everyone wants. So, lots of folks are itching to get their hands on this copper map. Now after they do that massacre thing, there's this one kid left, Jun Yuan. Lucky for him, a bunch of assassins living in the spooky Valley of Ghosts swoop in and save the day. They take Jun Yuan in, raise him up, and train him to be a top-notch assassin, like 12th generation style. Fast forward a few years, and these foreign troops come out of nowhere and attack the assassins in the Valley of Ghosts. Jun Yuan's in the thick of it, trying to protect his peeps, but he loses one of his arms and his girlfriend, who he's super into. Once the dust settles, the big boss assassin, known as the Golden Mask, gives Jun Yuan this super cool iron arm called Blue mshorror. This thing's got all sorts of deadly gadgets that can take out baddies in a flash. So now he's like this unbeatable assassin, and they call him the Blue mshorror. Now let's head to the eastern part of the empire in this tale, where a bunch of important ministers are chilling with Emperor Chai Sheng. They've all gathered there to talk about this fancy copper treasure map that some governor stumbled upon near the border. Emperor Chai Sheng's younger brother, Prince Ru, comes up with the idea of launching an attack on the governor to grab the map. But General Zhao Chang steps in, suggesting a different plan. He thinks it's better to try talking things out with the governor instead of fighting. Zhao Chang believes that the governor's greed and corruption could make him open to a little bribery in exchange for the map. He offers to be Emperor Chai Sheng's envoy for the negotiation. The emperor agrees but warns Zhao Chang about the potential risks involved. On the flip side, Emperor Meng Su ruled over the southern pagoda's land, and he had just come back to his kingdom after a short trip to another place. As soon as he returned, he rushed to visit his beloved empress, Queen Fleur. They had both heard about a copper map that a border governor had discovered. Even Queen Fleur knew about Emperor Chai Sheng, who had sent General Zhao Chang to deal with the governor. But she assured Emperor Meng Su that she was ready to attack anyone who had the copper map and take it away. The next day, Prince Ru sneaked over to Ghost Valley to meet with someone called Golden Mask. He needed help with a plan. Prince Ru's aim in meeting Golden Mask was to get the Golden Mask's army to snatch the copper map from the governor and deal with General Zhao Chang. After the meeting, Golden Mask went to chat with Master Bichu about that copper map thing. He offered to go snatch it all by himself, but Golden Mask insisted on sending another assassin for the job. Not long after that, Golden Mask asked Master Bichu to keep an eye on Jun Yuan to make sure he didn't get tangled up in this mess. You see, Jun Yuan's family had been killed because of that copper map. So on the night of the music festival in the city, Jun Yuan met with Master Bichu and spilled the beans about knowing the map's whereabouts. Jun Yuan wanted permission to grab the map because he hoped to find out who was behind his family's murder. Sadly, Master Bichu turned him down because the Golden Mask had already sent another assassin named Ghost of Mountain to handle the mission. The next morning, as Jun Yuan strolled through the city market, he heard some lovely music coming from a tent. Curious, he went in and saw a girl named Qin Sheng playing a musical thing called the pipe. Just when Jun Yuan was about to leave, she called him and asked when the blizzard would stop. But he got a bit distracted by the noise of a crowd enjoying a dragon dance outside, and when he turned back, she had vanished. The following day, Jun Yuan secretly went to the border to see what was happening between General Zhao Chang and the border governor Gu Ziji, who were going to have a chat. General Zhao Chang offered Gu Zi 100 gold bars in exchange for the special copper map. But Gu Ziji turned it down right away because he knew that many folks were after that map, and they'd offer much more for it. Not much later, the Dragon Dance show kicked off as a welcome ceremony right in front of them. But things took a wild turn when some of the dancers charged at Guzi and Zhao Chang in the middle of the dragon spectacle. Turns out those dancers were actually assassins from Ghost of Mountain, in disguise on a mission to grab that copper map. The battle between the assassins and Guzi's troops got super intense, causing chaos in the governor's palace. In the midst of all this, Jun Yuan decided to jump into the fray. He went head-to-head with Zhao Chang to give the rest of the assassin squad a chance to snatch the copper map. But just when it seemed like he was winning against Zhao Chang, a group known as the Four Knights of the Western region ambushed him. Jun Yuan had to make a run for it after he managed to get a mysterious black bead from Zhao Chang's robe. That night, Guzi was feeling pretty relieved that he still had a good grip on that copper map, even after those assassins tried to swipe it. So, to have some fun, he brought a lady of the night into his room. Little did he know, she was an assassin in disguise, sent to bump him off. She did the deed with a poisoned needle and took off with the copper map. Before long, Jun Yuan popped up in Guzi's room and revealed that he knew the woman's true identity. She took off her mask, and surprise, it was Qin Sheng. Jun Yuan asked her for the map, remembering they both came from the same valley. Just as they got their hands on the map, they heard a ruckus outside the room. It was a guy named White Judgy, also from the Valley of Ghosts, who had managed to take down all the palace guards. White Judgy warned Jun Yuan to hand over the map and come back to the Valley of Ghosts with him. But Jun Yuan wasn't having it and chose to run off with Qin Sheng. Right after they left, some royal troops showed up and thought White Judgy had killed the governor, so they tried to nab him. On his journey, Jun Yuan crossed paths with Master Gicho, who had been sent by the Golden Mask to capture him. Afterward, Master Gicho told Jun Yuan that the Ghost Valley troops now saw him as a traitor because he had broken their rules and caused the death of several assassins in the previous mission. Even though the Golden Mask had ordered Master Gicho to kill Jun Yuan, he preferred to let him live. So he'd exchange a few blows with Jun Yuan and let him attack him a bit, just to keep the Golden Mask from getting suspicious. Then he told Jun Yuan to make a quick getaway before the Golden Mask figured out where he was. Later that evening, when Jun Yuan and Qin Sheng were resting at a tavern, they opened a box of orders that Qin Sheng had received from Ghost Valley. In the box, it said she was supposed to swipe the copper map from Governor Guzi and take it to the Pavilion of the Eight Gods. During their chat, Qin Sheng asked about how Jun Yuan had lost one of his arms. He explained that it happened when his girlfriend accidentally cut his arm under someone's influence. He realized that his girlfriend didn't mean to do it after she revealed the truth before her death. The next day, just before Jun Yuan and Qin Sheng had to part ways, she gave him some food and hoped they'd meet again. Even though they had a short meeting, it seemed like Qin Sheng had fallen for Jun Yuan since their first encounter. In the afternoon, Jun Yuan went to the Pavilion of the Eight Immortals, as it was written in Qin Sheng's orders. When he got there, he spotted Prince Ru waiting around. Jun Yuan wasted no time and approached him, revealing that he was the Ghost Valley's messenger sent by the Golden Mask. At first, Prince Ru didn't quite believe Jun Yuan and thought he might know all the plans of the top assassins. Hearing this, Jun Yuan denied it and explained that currently, two parties were eager to get their hands on the copper map. Emperor Chai Sheng and Zhao Chang from East Mulberry, as well as Emperor Meng Exu and Queen Fleur from the Southern Pagoda. But even though these regions were competing for the map, Jun Yuan figured out that the one who really wanted to take down Zhao Chang was Prince Ru. During this time, Emperor Chai Sheng never really thought much about Prince Ru and trusted Zhao Chang a lot. So Prince Ru, who had had enough, decided it was time to get rid of Zhao Chang. Before Jun Yuan handed over the copper map to Prince Ru, he asked him to spill the beans about who had sent those 4 knights of the western region to take him out. But Prince Ru refused to spill the info, so he kept the map. Right then, Prince Ru got pretty scary. He showed Qin Sheng, whom they had kidnapped, and threatened Jun Yuan. He told him to hand over the map, or they'd harm Qin Sheng. Just as he was about to harm Qin Sheng, a mysterious assassin suddenly appeared and took down the entire royal army, including Prince Ru. The mysterious assassin, who was from the Valley of Ghosts, went by the name Black Judgy. Soon after, he gave Jun Yuan a choice. Either come with him back to the Valley of Ghosts or fight to the death. While they were talking, Qin Sheng noticed that the city's atmosphere suddenly got eerily quiet. She peeked out the window and saw that all the residents had left the city. Queen Fleur and her thousands of soldiers were planning to surround Jun Yuan in the city and snatch the copper map from him. Seeing this, Black Judgy and Jun Yuan decided to team up against the Southern Pagoda royal army so they could get out of there. When some of the royal troops entered the pavilion, Black Judgy easily took them down. But shortly after, the royal archer squad unleashed a barrage of arrows towards the pavilion, forcing Jun Yuan and the others to hide. In that moment, he asked Black Judgy to set him free and urged him to escape. Once Black Judgy left, Queen Fleur's troops attacked again and brought down the pavilion building. At that point, Jun Yuan told Qin Sheng to make her escape while he kept Queen Fleur's army busy. Sadly, by the time she tried to get away, Queen Fleur's soldiers had already captured her, so Jun Yuan had no choice but to surrender himself to them. Around the same time, Zhao Chang was busy writing some messages to his wife on a piece of paper, which he tucked into a black bead. He then gave the bead to a monk. After that, he paid a visit to Emperor Chai Sheng. The emperor had figured out that Prince Ru had turned traitor and was plotting against him. Emperor Chai Sheng then revealed a hidden room beneath the royal palace. In this secret room, Emperor Chai Sheng made copies of all the documents from the letters sent by various royal officials. He wanted to find out who had betrayed him. These letters revealed Prince Ru's scheme to ask the assassin squad in the Valley of Ghosts to help eliminate Zhao Chang. With this information, he threatened Zhao Chang, telling him to recover the copper map immediately, or else he'd harm Zhao Chang's family members. Meanwhile, Jun Yuan and Qin Sheng, who had been captured by the royal army earlier, were taken to Queen Fleur's palace. When Queen Fleur saw Qin Sheng's face, she felt like she was looking at a younger version of herself. However, Qin Sheng quickly denied any resemblance and said they had nothing in common. For some unknown reason, Queen Fleur looked at Qin Sheng with guilt in her eyes as she placed a bracelet on her wrist. Then, she revealed her plan for revenge against someone who was the mastermind behind all the chaos in the country. Queen Fleur went on to explain that she was actually the first to discover the treasure copper map, but she left it with Governor Gu Zi on purpose so she could have a chance to meet Emperor Chai Sheng at the Snow Pavilion. That night, Queen Fleur ordered Jun Yuan to assassinate Emperor Chai Sheng at a meeting scheduled for the next night, promising to reveal the truth about the massacre of Jun Yuan's clan in return. The next night, the long-awaited meeting between the leaders of East Mulberry, represented by Emperor Chai Sheng and General Zhao Chang, and the leaders of the Southern Pagoda, represented by Emperor Meng Xu and Queen Fleur, finally happened. They had a plan to team up and search for the treasures indicated on the copper map they had. Things started off fine at the meeting, with both sides agreeing to work together and not double-cross each other. But in the middle of the event, when Queen Fleur was playing some welcoming music, things suddenly got tense as Jun Yuan stopped Zhao Chang from offering a drink to Emperor Meng Xu. Shortly after, chaos erupted as assassins from the Valley of Ghosts launched an attack on both sides. It was an intense battle between the Ghost Valley assassins and the royal troops from East Mulberry and the Southern Pagoda. Jun Yuan and Qin Sheng also saw this as a chance to snatch the treasure copper map from Emperor Chai Sheng. As the Ghost Valley assassins kept the royal army busy, one of them, pretending to be a participant, aimed to assassinate Emperor Meng Xu. Just when Jun Yuan was about to intervene and take down the assassin, he held back when he realized that the assassin was Master Bi Chu. Meanwhile, Zhao Chang rushed to Emperor Meng Xu and fatally stabbed him in the chest. Meng Xu died as a result. Seeing this, Jun Yuan and Qin Sheng started to suspect that Zhao Chang and Queen Fleur were hiding something. That night, Qin Sheng decided to disguise herself as Queen Fleur and sneak into Zhao Chang's room to uncover the mystery behind their relationship. When fake Queen Fleur entered the room, Zhao Chang warmly embraced her, expressing how much he missed her. It turned out they were a married couple who had separated and become royal officials in different locations as part of their revenge plan. What's more, a significant secret came to light. The sought-after treasure copper map that everyone was after was actually part of Queen Fleur's scheme. Shortly afterward, Queen Fleur instructed Zhao Chang to commission the Jun Yuan clan to create a copper map for a treasure that didn't actually exist. The reason behind all of this was still unclear at that point. But one thing was certain, Jun Yuan finally discovered that these two were responsible for the massacre of his clan. As he stood on the rooftop, ready to leave Zhao Chang's place, he briefly mentioned the daughter they had been hiding. After finding out the truth, Jun Yuan rushed to Emperor Chai Sheng to spill the beans about Zhao Chang's real secret. But before he could say anything, Zhao Chang suddenly showed up, holding a bow and aiming it at Jun Yuan. He got closer to Emperor Chai Sheng and swiftly stabbed him in the chest with a pen. Before Chai Sheng took his last breath, Zhao Chang revealed that he knew about the secret room and had copied all the documents Chai Sheng had read. So, all this time, Chai Sheng had no clue about Zhao Chang's secret. In that moment, Jun Yuan realized that it was Zhao Chang who had sent the Ghost Valley assassin squad to the previous meeting. He also recalled Master Bichu's message mentioning that someone wanted to divide the assassin squad in the Valley of Ghosts. So, Master Bichu asked Jun Yuan to meet him at the Red Chamber Theater in the evening to discuss something crucial. That night, when Master Bichu arrived at the Red Chamber Theater, he had to face off against 4 Western knights who were determined to kill him. Unfortunately, he couldn't handle the attacks from the 4 assassin knights and got seriously hurt. Not too long after that, the Golden Mask showed up in front of Master Bichu. At that moment, it finally hit Master Bichu that the person who wanted to off him and the other assassins was none other than the Golden Mask. When he noticed the black bead on the Golden Mask's necklace, Master Bichu purposely let the Golden Mask kill him directly. He had a plan to secretly take that black bead. A bit later, Jun Yuan entered the theater and saw Master Bichu lying there on the brink of death. Before he breathed his last, Master Bichu handed Jun Yuan the black bead he had swiped from the Golden Mask's necklace. He asked Jun Yuan to investigate it. Witnessing the death of the man who had raised him all this time, Jun Yuan was furious and determined to take down the Golden Mask. He remembered the Golden Mask's words from when Jun Yuan first joined the Ghost Valley. Back then, the Golden Mask revealed that he had never relied on weapons for his battles. Instead, he used a clever strategy that could reshape the country's destiny. Meanwhile, Queen Fleur had become the official leader of the royal alliance between the Southern Pagoda and East Mulberry after the deaths of Emperor Meng Su and Emperor Chai Sheng. With the 2 kingdoms united under her leadership, there was only one more step for Zhao Chang to take before he could be named the successor to the throne. The next day, just as the crown prince was about to hand over the commander seal to Zhao Chang to signify his official appointment as the new king, chaos suddenly erupted outside the palace. This commotion was caused by Jun Yuan, who had led a whole army of assassins to attack the royal troops and take down Zhao Chang. Seeing this, Zhao Chang ordered his forces to fight back against the attackers while also attempting to eliminate the crown prince. Now, let's go back in time a bit. Jun Yuan gathers the entire assassin army and reveals a shocking truth. The Golden Mask, who had been their leader, was actually Zhao Chang. After discovering the contents of a letter contained in the black bead given by Master Bichu, Jun Yuan learned that Zhao Chang planned to wipe out the entire Ghost Valley assassin army once he officially became the king of the 2 Kingdoms Alliance. Upon learning this, the entire assassin squad in the Valley of Ghosts decided to fight back and confront the royal army led by Zhao Chang. Back to the present, the battle between the assassin troops and the royal forces was fierce and intense. On the flip side, Queen Fleur approached Zhao Chang and begged him to escape with her. She realized that their plans to seize control of the South Pagoda Kingdom and the East Mulberry Kingdom had crumbled and would be in vain. But he was determined to keep fighting for power within the kingdom and refused to leave with her. Learning that Zhao Chang had broken his promise, Queen Fleur chose to end her own life with a knife. After her death, Jun Yuan approached a grieving Zhao Chang, who had lost his beloved wife. Jun Yuan then revealed that he had uncovered the true identities of Zhao Chang and Queen Fleur. Zhao Chang served as the prime minister in the East Mulberry Kingdom and was also the leader of the assassin squad in the Ghost Valley. Queen Fleur, on the other hand, was the Fire Queen in the Ghost Valley army, who had disappeared a few years ago before deciding to approach the Emperor of the South Pagoda Kingdom. Jun Yuan revealed that he knew about Zhao Chang's scheme to create a fake treasure map and pit the South Pagoda Kingdom against the East Mulberry Kingdom. Following that, Zhao Chang, disguised as the Golden Mask, accused Jun Yuan of being a thief of the copper map and a traitor to the assassins in Ghost Valley. This led all the assassins to hunt him down. At that point, Zhao Chang and Queen Fleur used the fake treasure map as bait to lure the 2 emperors from both kingdoms into one location. During this meeting, Zhao Chang killed the 2 emperors to seize control of both kingdoms and unite them into one powerful empire. After gaining power, he planned to eliminate the entire assassin squad in the Valley of Ghosts to erase any evidence of his betrayal. After revealing the truth, Jun Yuan immediately launched an attack on Zhao Chang, kicking off a fierce battle between the 2 skilled assassins. After an intense clash, Jun Yuan used the copper map he held to blind Zhao Chang, and then severed the iron chains that bound him. Shortly after, Zhao Chang met his demise when he was thrown forcefully and an iron spear pierced straight through his chest. Following all the fierce battles, the assassin squad emerged victorious over the royal army. The following day, Jun Yuan brought Qin Sheng to the Valley of Ghosts and shared his plans to transform the place into a haven of peace. Inside a grand temple within the Valley of Ghosts, he revealed to Qin Sheng that she was the daughter of Queen Fleur and Zhao Chang, entrusted to a maid. After all that had transpired, Jun Yuan and Qin Sheng made the decision to rebuild the Valley of Ghosts into a place of harmony and freedom from animosity. And that's the end of the story. So the moral of the story is never trust a copper map, especially if it leads to a treasure that doesn't even exist. And hey, don't mess with assassins from spooky valleys unless you want your secret plans unraveled.